Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're taking an in-depth look at the latest developments in the global currency landscape, with a particular focus on Iraq's economy and financial trajectory. But that's not all. We'll also examine broader trends and the external forces shaping the future of currency values and global financial systems. Whether you're actively invested in this space or simply curious about how these dynamics unfold, stick around for this comprehensive breakdown. Let's start with an intriguing scenario that some analysts are considering regarding Iraq's financial future. Imagine a situation where Iraq sets its currency exchange rate at a notably high level right from the outset. This might seem like a radical move, but hear me out. If Iraq were to launch its currency at a strong rate, not only would it position itself as an independent and sovereign financial entity, but it would also allow the market to gradually adjust to the true value over time. The idea behind this approach is that establishing a high initial rate would create room for the currency to find its natural balance, and as its value decreases over time, Iraq would still benefit from a financial advantage. This strategy could be particularly useful for managing national debt, since the country would be paying off its obligations at a more favorable ratio. As the currency's value gradually adjusts downward, Iraq could leverage its economic position to manage imports, finance infrastructure projects, and secure essential supplies more effectively. Essentially, this would allow the market to regulate itself while Iraq capitalizes on a calculated launch point that minimizes shocks and optimizes financial gains. The potential outcome: economic stabilization and long-term sustainability. While investors both local and international could see significant advantages, particularly in terms of debt management and future growth. After this initial phase, once stability is achieved, Iraq could potentially join a basket of currencies. However, this wouldn't be a random collection of financial instruments. It would be a carefully structured selection designed to ensure the long-term stability of Iraq's currency. The objective of this approach is to provide security and predictability, which is crucial for both domestic financial planning and foreign investment. And let's be honest, who doesn't prefer stability when it comes to economic growth and long-term financial commitments? If I can consider this possibility, you can be certain that Iraq's policymakers and economic strategists have already contemplated a similar approach. It's a rational, well-founded, and measured strategy that allows for controlled growth while mitigating risks, ultimately presenting a win-win scenario. Given this, one has to wonder, is the market already positioning itself in anticipation of such a move? Shifting focus slightly, there have been reports of intense internal conflicts in Iraq surrounding the 2025 budget. According to MarkZ, who has been closely monitoring the situation, there is a significant struggle unfolding in parliament over the budget's approval. The issue at hand is that various powerful stakeholders, including international entities, are exerting immense pressure on Iraq's government to finalize and approve the budget as quickly as possible. Among these external influences, the United States appears to be playing a more prominent role than it has in the past 15 years, raising the question, why now? Meanwhile, Sandy Ingram has offered another perspective, focusing on Vietnam and the valuation of its currency, the dong. Interestingly, the U.S. has been somewhat passive regarding Vietnam's currency situation, but that doesn't mean there isn't underlying tension. Vietnam has faced accusations of currency manipulation, with claims that it deliberately undervalues the dong to boost its export competitiveness. This tactic has helped Vietnam maintain robust economic growth, as its low currency value makes exports highly attractive to international buyers, a critical factor in the country's economic success. In another intriguing development, Frank, 26, a vocal figure in the currency speculation space, issued a warning that sounded almost ominous. They're coming after you. His statement suggests that once the Iraqi dinar appreciates in value, the government will begin aggressively targeting investors with additional taxes and fees. Frank even humorously speculated that individuals who experience sudden wealth from the dinar's potential rise might find long-lost relatives reappearing, hoping for financial assistance. While this perspective carries a touch of humor, it also serves as a reminder to be mindful of financial planning and asset protection in the event of a significant currency shift. Expanding the discussion to global financial perspectives, CLA recently highlighted an interesting article regarding former U.S. President Donald Trump's influence on economic policy. The piece suggested that Trump is attempting to reshape the financial landscape by advocating for a stronger role for gold in the monetary system. If this push were to gain momentum and gold were to play a more central role in financial transactions, it could mark a significant shift in the global economic order. While the idea of gold as a financial stabilizer isn't new, its potential resurgence as a primary economic instrument could redefine the way global currencies operate, potentially leading to substantial changes in monetary policy and international trade. Meanwhile, MarkZ, always keeping a watchful eye on Iraq, recently highlighted an article discussing Iraq's financial stability. The report suggested that Iraq is significantly strengthening its financial reserves by accumulating large stocks of U.S. dollars and gold in various international locations, including the United States and Europe. Mark speculated that this effort might be a deliberate attempt by Iraq's government to project an image of financial security and stability. By reinforcing the perception that Iraq's economy is on solid footing, the country might be preparing the global market for future changes, possibly including a reevaluation of its currency. On the topic of Iraq's current financial status, Militiaman recently shared insights suggesting that Iraq's economic condition is stable, with no signs of a financial crisis. Both the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank of Iraq have reaffirmed that there are no significant concerns regarding the country's monetary stability. In fact, Iraq has successfully kept inflation low and maintained control over its financial system despite facing numerous external challenges. This is encouraging news for investors who are closely monitoring Iraq's trajectory. The ability to maintain stability in uncertain economic conditions suggests that Iraq's leadership is effectively managing the country's financial affairs, creating a more favorable environment for future developments, potentially including a currency revaluation. If inflation remains controlled and Iraq's economy continues to exhibit resilience, the likelihood of a smooth transition into a new financial phase becomes much greater. It's a delicate balancing act, but so far, Iraq appears to be handling it well. So, what does all of this mean for you as an investor or an observer of global financial trends? The currency landscape is shifting significantly, with Iraq's potential policy changes, Vietnam's economic maneuvers, and the broader discussion about gold's role in the financial system all contributing to a rapidly evolving global market. While uncertainty remains, one thing is clear: we are witnessing a period of transformation, and the financial decisions made today could have long-term repercussions for investors and economies worldwide. Thanks for tuning in for this deep dive into the latest financial shifts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Iraq's currency strategy will unfold as we've discussed? How do you feel about the increasing emphasis on gold as a monetary asset? Drop your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the world of finance and economics. See you next time.